Hi there. We had some technical issues, so I'm sorry we're not all seated right now. But here we are. We are going to do a little different today, and we're waiting on Jeff to get here. So welcome, happy Friday. Hope you guys are all having a great week.
Welcome.
And you guys know Greg over there, and you know Jeff. So we're going to do a little different today because our guest canceled at the last
Shocking.
minute.
How does that happen?
I can't believe it.
My gosh. So we are going to do something
That's
different.
the first time this week somebody canceled.
So, you know, these two have interviewed dozens and thousands of people.
Thousands?
Oh, yeah.
My friend, the great embellisher.
Yes.
That's why I love him.
I would say
But suffice to
maybe hundreds.
There you go.
Okay, fine.
But the point of it is,
100,000. That's
how many people out there know about these two?
Nobody.
So today we're going to flip the script a little bit, and I'm going to interview Gregory and Rafia. We'll find out a little bit about them.
What if they don't want to know about us?
Well, then they'll just go scroll
That's
past.
awesome.
But hopefully, you know, we'll have that. Rafia, what are you drinking? Show
I'm
us.
drinking Fentiman's pink lemonade, pink ginger lemonade. It's so good.
Did Fentimans give you some swag for promoting them on this huge internet
I
social
wish.
media forum?
I wish,
No.
but no.
But it's actually pretty good.
It's so good, and it's super gingery. If you like that, you know, very ginger taste of, especially like ginger ale, you'll love this. It's so good.
And Gregory, is that your standard drink
That is
that
my
you
standard
typically
beverage.
have?
This is Coke.
A little mini Coke.
Very
And this is my standard beverage right here.
You
But we
can't
don't need
get
to get
this
into that.
anywhere, though. What are you getting?
You can get this
I'm having
anywhere.
Macallan. You can get this occasionally around.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hi,
It's more
Vicky.
common. It's
Hi,
Macallan
Chris.
as well.
Thanks for watching, you guys. So talk to us. Tell us what you want us to talk about.
Tell us what-
Jeff is
All right,
saying.
who's going to do the interview here? You know, remember,
You were late. The
you've got to
traffic-
just
no
kind of
traffic.
clamp it down a minute, both you guys, and let me.
You
I'm
were
the
late.
interviewer, so let's get started. So, Rafia, why don't we start with you?
Okay.
How long ago did you start Culver City Biz? What year?
2021?
And what motivated you to start it?
Well, one part of what motivated me to start it was that, you know, during this 2020 closure of everything, I was feeling really, really bad for a lot of the restaurants, especially in my neighborhood, and you know, nobody was going there to eat. Everything was super scary to be around anyone, and so I felt so bad for them. And at that same time, you started doing that Feed Culver.
Correct. Yep.
And so that was, you know, there was a lot of inspirational stuff that we were doing at the same time. We were
Stuck
homebound,
inside
stuck
you.
inside.
So we had to get extra creative.
Extra creative. So I really wanted to try and help businesses as much as possible. And I wanted to do it in a way that made sense, where they didn't have to pay for anything. So, and my concept was,
Why are you concerned about them paying anything? Most other networking groups out there, most other organizations, there has to be a fee to run the thing. And to management, why was not having a fee important? Were you going more for small businesses, medium businesses, larger businesses?
I was doing it more for small businesses, and I again was feeling very sad for retail and for restaurants, and so I think that was really the factor for me. And just, you know, connecting consumers to businesses was also an important factor as well. So I didn't want to just do it with the networking business to business, because some businesses, you don't need another business, you actually need the end user, right?
Got it.
And so, so that was important. But the other part that was really important to me was that we had no fees. We had to do this in a way that made sense for everybody, and it was inclusive, so everyone could go, no matter what your financial situation
No,
was.
it makes me really wonder how many businesses that would love to do networking don't have that option if there's a cost involved.
Very good
Is there
point.
pretty much?
Yeah, they don't
But so this was right around 20 or 21, 2020.
2021, I started the group, and
Do you recall what month?
I think it was in July.
Got it. Okay.
And then I put together the group on Facebook, and it started to get momentum and
So that's where you
started to
first
grow.
introduced it, was on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
So in
And then 2022, Maria Jacobo from Insperity approached me and asked me to help her. Her business required her to do events. So she asked me to help her do an event where she could get more events out of it, right? And so we called it a business social forum, which is what we still call it. And we went to the Hilton here or the Doubletree in Culver City, and we told people online, this is what we're doing, come check it out. And we had, I think, 18 people show up or something like that. You know?
What month was that in?
I think it was May of 2022.
2022. So it started in July of 2021.
But it was more of an online.
But online, and that was where it had its first public presence. Okay.
Right.
So great.
That's it?
Yes,
Well,
That we-
we're basically, I'm here to be asked
think-
this guy questions too.
I think
So
she
you can
covered
answer
pretty
them.
much. She covered pretty much everything.
Sure, but let me ask you this, because you just came on with us a few years ago.
I did.
And it's interesting to me because, so when Rafia stuck at home during COVID in July of 2021, thought of this, what was your life like during July of 2021? What were you doing?
I was working actually. It was near the end of COVID, but I was still working and I was traveling a lot. So
And what kind of work do you do?
I'm in the restaurant business. I do consulting for restaurants.
Got it.
And franchise. And I was working in Texas and Colorado, and I was kind of all over the place.
So when you say consulting, that's a very wide brush.
Not really.
It could have really. I hear people. I'm a consultant. Well, what kind of freaking consultant are you? So I mean, I'm just thinking in general.
Yeah,
But with you,
it's just
when
a-
it's specific to a franchise restaurant, what kind of things are you typically
It's just a
consulting
a
on?
made-up word to make it sound like I'm doing something.
Oh,
It's,
okay,
it's
thanks.
not a big deal. It's basically trying to coach people into running their business the right way and making profit. Which
Got it.
A lot of people operate businesses in spite of themselves. They're their own worst enemy. So I tend to work for large companies, and I do some independent stuff as well.
Got it. So when they put you into an individual, if a large company hires you, puts you into a franchise, is it because the franchise is number one new, or something is wrong and business is down, or do they put you in when things are going perfect?
They'll put me in if it's a large enough company. Let's say they have 300 stores, 300 locations. I'll get 50 or 60 of them. So whether they're new or old doesn't matter. It's to try to go see them all and try to help them all. Keep them in check for one thing. Make sure they're abiding by all the rules, and make sure they're doing their best marketing-wise and all the other good stuff. Business plans, making sure that they're doing what they have to do to be profitable. I've opened stores before, in which case they're brand new from the ground up, and now you're training somebody who's not all the time, but a lot of times who they are brand new, and it's a lot more.
And when did you enter? What was your first job in this industry? When did you get your first, I guess, consulting gig?
Oh, consulting-wise? A restaurant. A restaurant, I was 14. That wasn't consulting.
Oh, so that was your first entree into a restaurant world, for the
14
restaurant
years old.
world?
Yeah, right.
And did you come in as a manager at 14?
No, not yet.
Or a busboy?
I was a cook at a Pioneer Chicken. Remember those guys?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's frightening when I think
Did,
back.
did you have to go to a culinary institute?
Yes, at 11. I went to the Culinary Institute at 11.
And what was your main responsibilities as a cook at Pioneer Chicken?
I just want to know
That was
how
the one
many
with the
times.
chuck wagon on the logo?
I want to know how many times he burned himself.
Like 20,
Frying that chicken.
20 or 30. Yeah, well, actually, just a
Maybe he
couple
wasn't in
of
charge of frying chicken.
You learn very quickly when you get burned the first time.
Yeah.
So was there a lot of grease
If
involved
only,
in what
if
you
only
did?
life were that simple when you get burned, but this was different. No, there was no grease. Well, yeah, I guess there was.
So as a cook, was it primarily just frying chicken?
Chopped chicken. We had French fries, I think. Mashed potatoes. Those were really good. was a great little restaurant, but that's all we did.
Was there a batter recipe, like proprietary?
Yeah, to this day I signed a non-disclosure and I can't.
You can't reveal it.
So, okay, so there you are at 14, and how long did you work there for?
Probably about a month, maybe.
And then what was your next restaurant? Where did you go?
Before you answer, if you guys just joined, we are interviewing. Greg and I are being interviewed by Jeff today, okay? So put your questions and comments. If you wanted to put us in the hot seat ever, now's your chance to ask questions.
So I'm just getting a little bit of a feel for what both of these two individuals are into, and then we're going to answer a lot of the questions that are coming in.
Right.
So, okay, so you worked at Pioneer Chicken for a month and a half. You got fired or you quit?
I think I quit. I was 14. I lied and said I was 15. And that I'm not in trouble for anymore.
Okay.
That much.
Good, okay.
Then I ended up working at a place called Numero Uno Pizza.
I think we might have heard that. That's got the sweet, thick crust.
Yes, it does. That was that. Another secret recipe I can't. I don't even know that one. They never.
Yeah, I remember the one that's the one on Sentinel is done by Palms is gone, huh?
No idea. There's a handful left.
I don't think
I
there's,
know.
I don't think it's there.
I know there's one on Obama off of La
That's
Cienega.
right. That's been there forever. At one point there were 70 or 80 of them, and then bad ownership, and they just lost the whole thing.
Was it ownership or were they franchised out?
Combination, but ownership I think was really good.
It was so good. I really loved that.
They were good.
Yeah, we were into that for a
I
while.
really
They were
liked
in
it.
Torrance area.
So how many days, months or weeks did you last there?
Years.
Oh, you actually stuck.
Very long.
And how old were you when you went to work for them?
Probably 16 when I started, and then I worked intermittently. I'm going away to school, come back. So I worked there for a long time.
So was it Numero Uno where you really learned just the different areas of?
Yeah, that's where I started becoming an assistant manager and a general manager, and worked my way from there. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. They're, like I said, they're pretty much all gone. So.
And then how did you just sort of say, I'm going to become a consultant, I don't want to work for somebody else?
I started working for Baskin Robbins, Dunkin' Donuts also, but I was working for them, and
Scooping ice cream or Dunkin' Donuts?
Neither, actually.
Okay.
Well, we had
So
one.
a management position.
We didn't have any Dunkins out here, but
Okay.
I eventually went to work for some of them. But mostly I ended up doing franchise business consultant. I think I had about 70 stores, most of them in California, which was good. And then, you just kind of work your way up. And
That's very cool.
Start doing other things.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
At least that gives me a feel of how you kind of got into consulting. I appreciate that.
I've forgotten all about it.
So
Do you want to
Rafia,
answer any questions?
in a minute here,
Christine has to do.
Wait.
I'm gonna do it in a minute here. I just want to get just a little more of Rafia's professional background that I'm gonna be excited about.
You know you guys are married, right?
So let me ask you this: what
You guys just joined. Jeff is interviewing Greg and I today because our guest today canceled last minute, so we're improvising.
So let me ask you now about your business. When did you first officially start it? What year?
My business. So if you don't know, I'm a jewelry designer.
Everybody knows.
Not everybody doesn't know. And I started making jewelry in 1999, and I just made it as a hobby, sold it off myself. Like I'd be wearing bracelets and somebody would buy them off my hands, and then it sort of turned into more and more.
What were the first type of pieces that you made?
I made these stretchy bracelets. If Sandra is watching, Sandra Eichenberger, she and I went down to downtown and bought all these Swarovski crystals, and that's how we started. I started making them, and then
Was it just that you hadn't thought about even selling these? Were you just making it
no,
just for your own,
I
for
had
yourselves?
I had sewed a skirt for myself, and I really wanted these bracelets that Nordstrom's was selling, and they were super expensive, and you wore like a whole bunch of them on your hand, so it would have cost me like, I don't know,
So would you
hundreds
call
of
that a
dollars.
stacking?
A stacking. And then, so I ended up telling Sandra, and she said, come on, let's go downtown, you can buy them and make them yourself. So that's how it started. And then
There you
it just
go.
went from there, and soon afterwards I started pounding the pavement, and the first store I sold to was Fred Siegel. And the second store I sold to was Jennifer Kaufman in the Beverly Center, which they're both gone now. But
There you go.
anyways, both of those stores held a lot of prestige when you said you sold there. So it opened up other accounts for me. And when I would call and say, you know, I'd like to show you my jewelry, they would be like, well, I don't know. And then they would ask me, do you sell anywhere else? And then the minute I said those 2 stores, especially Fred Siegel.
And a little cachet, didn't it?
Yep. So I would be able to, you know, go there and show them my stuff. And pretty soon I was in like 40 some stores, and it was a great feeling.
Yeah,
Then
awesome.
I got a rep, and then I got into doing trade shows, and that's how I really built my business. So my business was mostly wholesaling to retailers, and so you can imagine during the pandemic, everything shut down, so I couldn't sell to any of my stores. They were not selling anything, and some of the online stores were even not doing as well, so kind of
You had to pivot.
I had to, yeah.
Good.
So I didn't, you know, I didn't have any of that, and my business has changed quite a bit since 2020. Not
But
what
during
it used to
COVID,
be.
what did you do? What did you specifically do to keep your business going? How did you pivot?
I did a lot of online, like I would go live on, I started on this app called Shop Shops, and they have an online streaming like an HSN or QVC like that, and so I would sit there and show my stuff, and I would sell in, you know, a couple of hours.
Great time when everybody was staying at home, working.
Yeah,
People were just consuming through social media.
It was great. I sold a lot, and it was really fun. You know, was talking to all these people from all over the world, and they were buying my stuff, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. But then that kind of died a little bit as things started opening back up. So now I basically make one-of-a-kind pieces, and I sell them to people mostly in person, some online. I do have a website, and I sell some on there.
What's the website?
RafiaJewelry.com.
Thanks. Okay. So, but basically, you've got the true entrepreneurial spirit. You're an entrepreneur because you basically work for yourself. Companies hire you.
Right.
You may feel like you're at a time as an employee, but you are a consultant.
Yeah,
You are
but
1099, correct?
No.
Oh, you're W-2.
When you work for a company like that, I work for them.
So you work for them. Are you exclusive to the company that you're with now?
Yes. Now,
Wow.
right now,
Good.
Yes.
So we have a few questions.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to start with Max. He says, thank you, Rafia, and the great team around you for creating the Culver City Biz. It's great to hear the mission behind it. Thanks, Max. Max also says, good whiskey choice, Jeff. And then his other comment was there a particular moment during the infancy of the Culver City Biz that you realized that you were onto something and have a great idea to bring businesses together? Yeah, there was a good moment. I think the first few of the in-person events that we were doing, it kind of started growing and more people started coming to them. And that's kind of when I think I realized that, this could be a really good thing. And then other people also started realizing that this could be a really good thing. My thing about creating the Facebook page was always to make it more of a resource so that you can put in there that you're looking for a consultant for a restaurant, or you're looking for a plumber, and there would be people of this sort in the group, or others could refer people.
Yeah.
And so I wanted it to be more of a resource group page. It's getting there.
No, I've seen it really. Obviously, I've been along for that ride, and I've seen lots of people, lots of members. I've seen it grow, but I've seen a lot of people come in, and I've seen a lot of people come out. And I think, like with any networking organizations, at least the people that are have had success with this are the people that realize that, hey, it's about forming relationships. You can't expect to really show up to one of these events once or even twice sometimes.
No.
It's about coming regularly, doing your once a month thing, putting it in your planner, knowing the dates, RSVPing, and showing up because you're looking to build a relationship.
We also have commonalities. We all want to succeed, and so
Right.
it's really nice to help each
So
other.
it's like a support group in
Yeah,
that.
Definitely.
I met some really good people there.
Yeah.
Bingo for that. Really, seriously, it's about helping each other. Hi, Todd. Todd says hello. Good afternoon. Is that Jeff? Yes.
No, it's not. It's a pure facsimile. Greg, do you have any questions?
Wait.
Oh.
He was MIA for a while. Miss his drink mixes from before.
Here's a very simple drink mix on the road.
Okay, those are all the ones from that page, but you can go from
Yeah, let
to
Greg
the other
take
page.
that one.
Yeah, I got some more here. Christine, hey Chris, restaurants and businesses are still struggling and closing. Do you feel that businesses, especially those in this economic climates, have or will start doing better and recover? That's a tough. Well, this is the worst I've seen it. It's gotten really bad because all these things have created the perfect storm. You know, we have a war, which is definitely not helping, and the result of that is gas prices are sky high, which affects businesses. You know, all your food is delivered, you know, by truck, and trucks need gas, and when their gas goes up, our prices, what they bring us, go up. The tariffs were a disaster, to be honest. I mean, that was already starting rolling, and prices were going up because of that. And another thing is a lot of people, well, they can't afford to go eat out because they're paying more for gas to go to work. There's just a series of things that have all combined to make this just one of the worst times ever. It'll sort itself out eventually. I will say this much: when prices go up, they never, ever, ever come down. If you go to a restaurant,
No, they don't.
That's it, you know. But the trick is to keep them from going up more.
Besides the food costs, haven't the labor costs gone
Absolutely,
up also?
the labor has gone up as well, and you know, you really have to manage your business to the penny. And for some folks, especially smaller businesses, that they were already managing it to the penny, and it's very, very difficult. You know, they're not just restaurants, but if you own a gift shop or something where you're buying, you're sourcing things out. A lot of it comes from other countries. You know, good luck with that. It costs more because of the tariffs. There's just a lot going on right now, and you also, one of the things that I noticed was alcohol sales are way, way down, because you can pay $12, $15, $20 for a drink in a restaurant, or you can buy this for $12, $15, or $20 and take it home.
Not quite.
Well, you get the idea. Maybe not this, but people are drinking at home. I think they learned a lot of that during the pandemic, but it's become a luxury more than anything. So you go to happy hours and they're just not that busy anymore.
Yeah.
And it's...
Well, some places are. Depends on what their prices are and the food.
One of the restaurants I did consulting for, beer sales are down almost 70% from before, which is astonishing to me. And beer isn't that expensive, but, you know, people are holding back. So
that's amazing.
Time will eventually fix this. It'll come around. It doesn't look like it's going to fix itself anytime soon. Because every time you look at your phone and the news, something else happens, and we're just not. There's no one guiding us in a direction right now where it's going to be fixed. But there'll be a time where it kind of just hits, and then we'll go from there. But that'll be the new normal. It's still going to be expensive. Grocery prices, another thing. You know, I mean, just buying food for restaurants to work with is just outrageous. Buying food for your house is outrageous. So, but eventually it'll.
But it's a lot cheaper than eating at restaurants.
You know what? I've talked to a lot of folks about that. Depending, I mean, if you have a family of two or you're by yourself, no, it's almost the same. Yeah. It's not that much.
So, do you support restaurants by eating out every night?
I do.
That's very good.
I support myself by eating out every night because I can survive on food, but. I do my best to try to support restaurants, but a lot of people can't right now.
Yeah.
And it is expensive to eat at home regardless, and that's another thing people are realizing. It's not like before where you're saving as much as you think you are.
Are there ways to be able to still go out and at least order smartly when you go to restaurants? Obviously, hey, you can do, if you drink, you can not get the cocktail, which is an if you get 2 cocktails, that's $30 right there.
That's the cost of that's a whole week's
that's an entree right there.
It's crazy. It really is.
And in some places, a cocktail can be one cocktail.
But it's not even just a cocktail. It's even sodas and even coffee. You know?
But aren't those still in the $4 or $5 range?
Yeah, but you look at a soda now, which doesn't cost much to make, and yet it's like $4 or $5 per soda almost anywhere you go.
Just for a 12-ounce can of Coke.
Yeah, and I'm talking about just the fountain soda. Yeah.
So it's fountain sodas, which are even cheaper because it's coming from.
Absolutely, it costs almost nothing. I wouldn't say.
Does it cost less than a quarter?
You should. It depends. Yeah, on where you're at, but it should cost And
If they're coming from a
it's like this
dispenser.
way. Yeah, it's a little bit more, but the point is, it's not $4. That's for sure. And but these companies, you think they're making a killing on it, but they're counting on that as part of their profit. So it's all factored in. You're counting on somebody buying a $12 drink, even though that drink is worth considerably less. Another way is run the check. You know, when they come, just dine and dash, just take off. You save more money that way.
No, we don't want to.
But you can't go to
We
the
don't
same
want to.
place
Any
twice.
more questions on your phone?
Wait, if you guys have just joined us, Jeff is interviewing Greg and I today because our guest today had to cancel. So we're pivoting to.
And stay with us because we're going to get to the deep questions real
But
soon.
we do have, Vicky
It's
said,
gonna be really exciting.
wait, Vicky said, sounds fun to me. What inspired you to do these live conversations on Fridays? Well, Vicky, I've been doing these since 2017, and actually, my employees at the time were fascinated by the fact that I could make an alcoholic drink but never have drank alcohol.
Not a drip.
So we used to call it In the Mix with Rafia, and I would actually make a drink for my guest every Friday, and then we would have this whole conversation and everything, and we would show my jewelry as well as whatever they were selling or their services. So that's how it started back in 2017. It's been going on for a long time. What else? Christine says, I really like the one interview where you talked about local businesses and restaurants in Culver City. We can do that.
That was great.
Jeff is taking his interviewer position very seriously.
Regular Dan Rather here.
I'm almost nervous. Yeah.
And Vicky is saying, what is one of the success stories of people who met each other on Culver City Biz? Wow. Can you?
Not a single one. Well, I mean, success is all relative.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I needed a notary, and I found one. Rafia was there, and at that moment, I needed one. Perfect.
I needed an insurance person.
You did
I needed
glasses.
I got
You did
glasses,
glasses.
mobile glass delivery. That was cool.
You've been working with Aaron with the insurance quite a bit.
Working with Griselda a little
Griselda.
bit.
Mhm.
And gosh, I mean,
We've
where the
gone to
last
some of-
mixer was, I actually bought some clothes, so that worked
there
out
you go.
great.
We went to the Style Den last mixer, and it's a big clothing store, and so Jeff bought shirts, and I think Greg bought some stuff. A lot of people bought stuff that
It would be
day.
interesting actually to do some kind of a straw
Well, we
poll
should do that.
on your Facebook page for Culver City
We
Biz
should do that.
and ask how many people that have actually made a connection
Well,
through
it's
this.
really funny that you should say that because you
Why
haven't
is it
been paying
funny?
attention.
I-
On the 15th of
don't
each
you always tell me I never pay attention?
on the 15th of each month,
I don't pay attention.
we do a post that asks you to do a shout out for anybody that you've used or
Oh, okay.
so you can go and look at those every 15th of the month. That's what happens. On the 1st of the month, you get to list your business on the post, but on the 15th, you get to do a shout out.
I think we should do it in person at a meeting sometime. And have
Yeah, we
people-
could do
Yeah,
that
that would be a
too.
good. That's a real good idea.
Yeah,
That's a real
tell
good
us what
idea.
they've done, you know.
So, okay, let's get to the heavy questions. We've kind of,
What
you know,
happened to
we
the-
sort of scratched the surface here.
What happened to talking about local businesses and restaurants in Culver City? That was a good idea.
Yeah, we will. They're out there.
All right.
They're out there. They have to host to get talked
You're
about.
taking this very seriously. She's right.
I am. So, Greg, when you're not, tell me, Greg. I want to know about you.
Okay. This will be
Take a deep breath.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's your favorite thing in downtime that you like to do?
Oh, a lot of things I like to do.
I'm asking your
I
favorite.
can't
I don't want to
think
hear
of
a lot.
it.
If you had to choose one thing,
I
this is the
can't
one
think of
thing.
it. I like hanging out with friends. I like going out.
Okay, so that's one of your favorite things. That's okay. Then you thought of something.
Yeah, I did.
And what's your favorite?
Favorite friend?
No, your favorite food.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Always.
It's all about. It's always been.
Pizza. Yeah, pizza and steak.
Did you ever try to combine the two?
I have. I've had both. I've had steak pizzas. Yeah.
You made steak pizzas. Okay, so you just chop up the steak and cook it on top.
Put it on top.
That's, you don't see too many places do that.
No.
That's
Why is that?
Because steak is very expensive.
Exactly.
We're paying for a very
So
expensive
you
steak.
charge more for it. Okay, that's good.
But you're right, you don't see a lot of it.
Yeah.
You see a lot of ham and bacon and all that other stuff,
Okay.
which is considerably cheaper.
So Rafia, what do you, when you're not working and you're just kind of, you've got like, and those rarest moments where you're not doing anything, you're just relaxing and you're giving yourself Rafia time.
I tell people I have downtime.
What is your most passionate thing to do? And you can only pick one.
What's my most passionate thing to do?
Yeah. When you have downtime, what do you enjoy doing if you could do anything?
Being creative, I think for me is the biggest thing.
Is it always about making jewelry?
No, I make jewelry, I watercolor, painting, I do crocheting. I do lots of different crafts, and so for me, that puts me in a different zone. Like my brain relaxes, and
That's a good thing.
I can just zone out, and it just puts myself into like a sort of a meditative state.
Okay, no, that's good.
And I love that, so I do that a lot.
So you just use your creative juices when you're down, and that's what kind of takes you to a really nice place in your mind, and all the woes of the day kind of go away.
Yep, and I like cooking and baking.
I only said one.
Sorry.
Okay, but in the same vein as cooking and baking, what if you had 50 dishes in front of you, but you had to pick your favorite? What is your favorite dish to eat? Do you have a go-to?
Well, I'm going to answer your question with something that's been my motto. And if you ask me what I would like, what I would be happy with if I was just on a deserted island, what would be 3 things that I would take?
Probably sweets.
Ice cream, pizza, and Led Zeppelin.
Ah, there you go. If you could have those 3 staples, there you go.
That's it.
Okay, that's all right. I like that.
That's actually a very good idea.
3 things that I could stay on a deserted island.
Yeah.
But that's my thing.
Interesting.
Do you want me to read another question
In
here?
a minute.
Desperately.
I want to know though. I want to ask you about this. What was the first? How old were you? And what was the first thing that you made on your own as a kid?
What do you mean
That
by
I
made?
made?
That you made on your own as a kid. The first food that you felt like you prepared for
Oh,
yourself.
food.
Food.
Oh, man, I know mine.
Okay, I'm going to come to you. That's good that you know it.
Oh, wait.
Just don't say
That I
it.
prepared for myself?
Yeah, that you took care
I
of it.
didn't
How
have
old
the
were
option of preparing
well,
for
how old
myself.
were- but
I
it-
prepared for the family.
All right, well then how old were you and what was the first thing that you prepared for your family then?
Well, I had to make roti, which is tortillas in Indian culture, and I was 8.
Did somebody teach you that?
Yep, my mother.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so you made roti bread when you were 8. Okay. In grade, what was the first thing?
You're funny,
Don't
Max.
say pizza.
No. I was about 4 or 5, I think, and I woke up and I wanted to make breakfast for myself. I wanted to make malto meal. Remember that?
Oh, of course I remember malto meal.
And it wasn't like the kind you open the packet, you get the box and all that. And I figured it out, and then I'd seen my dad do it. It asked for like, just a fraction of a teaspoon of salt. And I put in a cup of salt.
A cup? Oh no!
It was not very good.
Did you get past one bite?
No, spit it all over the place. I must have made some kind of noise because my parents came running out. But I learned, the importance of measurements after that. But
So you
that was my
learned.
first experience.
That's great.
Yeah.
No. I think the first thing I ever made was like an English muffin pizza, where I took just an English muffin, I put ketchup on it, I put a slice of American cheese, and I put it in the toaster oven.
That was like my cousin. He
worked.
did that, and he was so proud of
Pizza, Of
himself.
course. I thought I was like a big shot at that
Yeah.
age for doing something
Mine
like
was
that.
a failure.
Okay, let's go back to the question.
Max says Jeff isn't coming to the deserted island.
No.
Very good.
Leave your
That's
damn
funny.
English muffin
Yeah.
at home.
Well, if I was on a deserted island, I guess I would take him with me.
Really?
He's also asking, does the Culver City Biz have a motto or tagline? What would you say is our tagline? I think the biggest thing for me is I always try to tell everybody that we're inviting everyone to attend, and it's open to the public for a reason, and that is because we want to connect you to your customers. And that doesn't always come from another business, and so
I still think it would be a good idea. I think Max has got something there that if you actually come up with Culver City Biz, then underneath it's some kind of one sentence tagline that kind of encompasses maybe what you're about.
The one we use the most that we advertise is consider taking an Uber because parking is limited.
because we live in LA.
No, but I
thought that was our tagline.
Oh, that was our tagline. But I think it's a great idea, honestly.
Max, if you come up with
Let us know, Max.
with a tagline,
well, maybe you can do a contest for the best
do a
tagline,
contest.
and you can do some kind of extra feature for whoever wins to promote them throughout CC Biz.
Okay.
Just as an idea.
And honestly, when I first started this, it was me, Maria, and Monica, and we would pretty much handle most of the stuff. And then Monica basically had moved from Culver City. She was a lot further away, and made it more and more difficult for her to come to these. And then she was studying for exams and stuff, and so she couldn't do a lot of this stuff. But ever since then, we have really got a team now, and it's grown. Our team has grown quite a bit, and so it's really nice. We have Carolyn, who is a graphics designer. We have Greg, as you know, is a restaurant consultant. Jeff always helps us a lot, especially at the check-in. And then we have Eva, Rebecca, Angeles.
Can you tell us their names and what they do specifically in their professions?
Tiffany. So Tiffany does consulting, and she's also a sommelier. And she, honestly, she comes through a lot for us for when we need guests. And someone cancels at the last minute and stuff, so I really truly appreciate that. She has a good network of people that she reaches out to, and she's gotten some great guests for us.
Where was she today?
I didn't ask her because Jeff said he wanted to do
And
this.
what about your, go back, what about Eva? What about
Eva is a real estate agent, and she also does personal training. So she's in really good shape. She'll kick your butt. Mariam is another real estate agent. Rebecca works in marketing, and she just got a new job at Elevate. Who am I missing? Angeles is retired. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Who else did I miss? Did I miss someone else?
I don't think so. You'll hear about it if you did.
Yeah, you'll hear about it.
Anyway, it's a good team.
So good, just wide range of people from a lot of different
very diverse, but
fields.
A very good team of people that are very caring. Obviously, they're donating their time, and we all get along really well.
Yeah, and if you want to join our team, and you want to help in any other way, please contact me, and we can find out what you like to do, and we can have you help us as well. What else?
So, I'm going to ask one other final question, and if you have any other questions, that's fine. But as a final question, you guys have both been in your businesses and careers for quite some time, quite a few months,
reasonable
years.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to somebody who's 22 and just out of college and wants to start their own business? What would your advice be if you could sum it up in just a couple of sentences?
Don't be scared and go for it, because until you try it, you won't know if it works. And a lot of times, people are just afraid to dive in and try it. And especially if you're that young, you should definitely go for it, and try it. When I was younger, I had these corporate jobs and great benefits, and I thought that's what I needed. But honestly, you need that more when you're older. But you should definitely take more risks and try. I think more people do that these days.
What do you think the hardest step, what hinders most people that start, that gets in the way of them having success? Let me phrase it that way. What do you think if you had to pick one thing?
Fear of failure.
Fear of failure.
Yeah.
What do you think one thing, if you had to pick one thing?
For what?
The failure for people not wanting to get in business, but they don't do well.
Well, I would tell people, pick something you love and you really want to do, because that's when you're going to put the most into it, and then just go for it. You know, there's a lot of people pick professions because their parents or their dad was a lawyer or their mom did this, and they feel they got to go continue with the family, but it's not really their dream job. Pick what you. It doesn't have to be something you're really good at, because you're probably going to be good at a lot of things.
But should you pick something that you know that can leave you financially stable instead of, or do you pick a job? When you say just pick a job that you love, what if it has its limits on income?
Well, if you like juggling, I'm sure there's limits to being a juggler.
But I mean, unfortunately.
But I think you would know that. If you know you want to own a restaurant someday, I would recommend against it. But if that's what your dream is, and you have your reasons and the passion for it, then go ahead.
Work towards it, at least. Yeah, work towards it, you know.
No, that's.
But I do think that don't you feel like it's all changed anyway? That there's more people that work for themselves, than working for others. I mean,
you've got the AI thing coming up too. That's kind of changing the landscape quite a bit. It'll fall into place at some point as well. But there's a lot of things that have changed. You know, the internet and all these things going on at once with technology. There's a lot out there. You know, and again, timing is everything too. As we said earlier, this is not a great time, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you should give up on your passion and what you want to do.
Exactly, and also like if you look at restaurant businesses, I feel that a lot of the older restaurants that were like iconic and sort of like a landmark in a way, they're all going.
Yeah,
they stayed iconic. They didn't do anything to cater to new people.
Well, some of them are enough of an institution to survive. Unfortunately, Kohl's, I think, just closed in downtown LA.
Another one?
Really? Oh wow,
I mean,
that was
And the last French dip place is now
I think wasn't that like the last?
Philippe's.
That's right. Yeah,
In Chinatown.
That's the oldest restaurant?
Well, there was always a thing between Kohl's and Philippe's as to who was the oldest, and it became kind of this whole competitive thing. But now that Kohl's is gone, and I just read that Clifton Cafeteria closed down again last week. So they went out of business because somebody had opened it up in 2010, took it over, put a lot of money into it, but it ended up failing, and that.
And now see,
the reasons actually were just because of what's happening in downtown LA.
Yeah, he's talking about Clifton's on Broadway and like 6th or 5th Street. But I don't know if any of you remember the Clifton's cafeteria at the Century City Shopping Center. Yeah. We used to go there all the time, and it was so fun.
Absolutely.
You know?
But it was fun, but it was in a cafeteria, and it was very affordable. Where this new one, he took over, he put a lot of money into it. Redid the whole Redwood Room downtown.
And it was expensive.
And it was, and when they had the cafeteria style for a while, it was not cheap. It was expensive. You were spending $15, $20 for a cocktail there, but it was an atmosphere thing. Yeah. And it was really fun. But unfortunately, it didn't survive, and a lot of it has to do just what's happening in downtown LA right now. And it's got a lot of problems.
I feel bad now. I'm somebody who has been going to downtown LA for a very long time, most of my life, because I actually went to school down there. And then, I've been doing my jewelry business, so I go downtown a lot for that. And unfortunately, it has changed quite a bit there. And, I feel bad for the people that have businesses there because unfortunately, they have to deal with a lot of stuff in front of their businesses.
So you're talking about homeless issue?
Yeah, and it's really sad. It's very difficult. It's
crime.
Crime too.
But also vacancy. There's a lot of people did not go back to work in those offices.
No, those offices are empty.
So you're not seeing those people. I was just there the other day. You don't see those people walking up and down the street like you do in the past.
But I'm talking about like the fashion fashion district, the fabric district, the jewelry district, all those places, you know, they struggle because of the fact that, you know, there's somebody sleeping in front of their door, and it's a whole thing. It's much different than it used to be, let's say even 20 years ago, you know? So it's challenging for people to have these businesses.
Well, people
down
don't
there.
really want to go downtown and do any shopping now, because if you go
No,
downtown and shop,
It was making a renaissance. It's coming back.
you're dealing with a lot of the problems that the business owners do.
It was coming back a
Have
few
to
years
deal with
ago.
every day. Yeah.
The pandemic hit.
No. But we won't get political, because this could easily
But I
go
was
down that
looking
path for sure.
A couple of years ago, I was looking at an apartment down there. They had those new fancy apartments, and I saw the rent was unbelievably good. It was brand new.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, so I started reading the reviews, and they don't last more than a month. They can't walk their dog at night. They can't go outside. So there's a lot that needs to
Well,
be.
the Clifton's cafeteria was so cute. Like it had this tree in the center. Remember?
Yeah.
It had like this whole.
Well, that was in the Redwood Room, their bar area. They had
It
several
defined
different
what a
rooms,
cafeteria was. I mean, that was
you know, but so what I'm getting is, you know, go with your dream
yeah.
and execute it. Be organized, maybe. I see a lot of people that start businesses and they just, because it's a fun thing without the organization.
That's another thing. I always ask people in the beginning. I literally will spend if it's somebody independent, I'll spend the first half hour to an hour trying to talk them out of it. And the first question I'll ask is this your dream job? And they'll say, yeah, but they don't really understand what goes into it.
Yeah.
And it becomes very, very challenging.
Are you talking purely the sacrifice of it, or just the...
Well, all of it. The running the business, the actual, you know, you think $1 million business makes $1 million. It doesn't. It makes a very small portion of that $1 million. The rest is all over the place.
Do you feel a lot of people go into business, like even just not just particular to the restaurant industry, that are undercapitalized?
Sure. Because they think they're going to make it all back. They think it's going to be, you can tell when you see a little shop of knickknacks and whatever, you know, good luck. I mean, it's, you know, depending on the area, who knows what they paid for rent.
Are there any pallywhacks with those knickknacks?
There are some, but
Okay.
I don't want to get into that. There's nothing political, so.
No.
If you guys just
absolutely.
joined us, Jeff is interviewing Greg and I today because we did not, our
Someone didn't show up.
You're
Our
stuck
guest-
with me is basically what
our
she's saying.
guest had a issue and couldn't come. So Jeff said, instead of you getting someone else, let me interview you guys. So that's what we're doing.
I just showed up. I didn't know this was going to
That's-
happen.
But I think we got to know at least a little bit more about the two of you, and
Yeah.
some kind of ways, business and personal, and that's what I think, that was the goal.
I
what
knew
I was
very
trying to
little
achieve.
about Rafia until we
There
sat
you
down
go.
and
I
said,
know, because you know what, Greg, I don't see you at all.
No,
Very
you know,
often.
You know, half
Maybe
hour,
we need to hang out more.
You should try that. I would
So in a couple of weeks, we got a fun event coming up at a fun place. Want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, wait, hold on.
Oh, we have a comment?
Yeah. Max is saying that he's part of another networking group whose tagline is "Know, like trust." So maybe some inspiration. Yeah, Max, if you come up with something, you've heard us talking about what my whole reason for starting this. So maybe if you come up with something, let me know. Angeles is saying, "Hi guys, so nice seeing you all there. I've been enjoying being part of the CC Biz. It's been very inspiring to the point I'm getting interested in starting a business." Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I
Do
think
tell.
we definitely have to interview Angeles very soon.
Yeah.
We have the behind the camera person, he's in front of the camera.
You know, another thing that I've been wanting to do as an interviewing segment for this live is if you are not a business owner but you come to our events as a consumer, I would love to interview you, maybe a couple of you, and find out why you go to these and what benefits you've gotten out of it.
What are you getting from it?
Yeah.
Besides free food.
Besides free food.
You cut me off.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I took your
Sorry.
lead up to your one-liner.
Yeah.
That was just a joke, okay? We're just...
No, it wasn't. No, really it wasn't,
Sure
though.
it was. Yeah.
It was just a joke.
Okay.
We know who the freeloaders are.
We're about to name them in just a second, so. And we're also going to list the people
And
who
if you-
didn't show up for the interviews. This is going to be fun. This is the
And
best
if you
part.
ever want to come on this segment on Fridays, please come and, you know, talk to me at one of our events or contact me. And I'm happy to put you into the lineup of the interviewing.
And if you
But
sign
if you
up,
don't
please
show up, Greg's
yeah,
gonna get mad at
you.
you.
You gotta come. That's the key.
Yeah.
That's the secret to being interviewed is actually being here.
Actually, yes.
Otherwise, you're gonna miss the whole thing.
Otherwise, you don't reap the benefits of it. Okay,
Yeah,
and we do keep the Facebook does keep this on their Facebook page, on our Facebook group page for a month, and then we transfer it over to our YouTube, which is Culver City Biz. If you are watching and you haven't signed into that yet, please do subscribe to that and follow us on there, because we need like 50 subscribers in order to go live there. So that would be great if we could do that. So
that would be nice.
Whatever you can do to help us spread the word, that would be great. Our next event is
Finally.
One more thing.
I got something after that too.
If you
Go
do
ahead.
want to host one of our in-person events, also let me know. Our next event is an annual event that happens, and it's from Earl at Ferrafuno Interiors, and he is on Sepulveda, 3959 Sepulveda Boulevard, and he hosts this thing he calls a Sprixer. It's a spring mixer, put the two words together, and he hosts it every year, and it's a fun event. A lot of people come to that. That one will get about 100 people, and he does a great job. He has great food and
really
drinks, and then last year he had Tiffany doing the wine. And he had all this food from everywhere, and there's a whole showroom worth of furniture and stuff, so there's plenty of places for you to sit.
That's for sure. Our tagline
and
for
it's
that is come for the food, stay for the meeting.
Exactly. Anyway, if you haven't gone to one of those, don't miss it. It's on May 14th, and it's again at Earl's Ferrafuno Interiors, 3959 Sepulveda Boulevard. You can find the event on Facebook, RSVP there.
On Sepulveda between Washington Place and Venice Boulevard.
Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, like I said, it's a great event. You don't want to miss it.
It'll be the event of the season.
Yeah, and then June, we're working on a location. We will do a biz fair. And that is usually, we have tables, and each business will sit at their table telling us about their product or their service, and you can purchase things there. And that's always a good one. So June and December we do that, and so that'll be coming up in June. I'll find out what the location will be and get that going soon.
Excellent. Another event, big event coming up is the car show.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a second and talk about that? Because
Car
you
show.
heard about it? It's
I
coming
heard about that show.
May 9th this year.
May 9th, downtown Culver City. The event is produced by the Exchange Club of Culver City, service club that I'm a proud member of.
Proud member.
Has fundraising events like the car show that we raise funds to give it away to those in need. And those include a lot of kids that are less fortunate and are food insecure, to educational purposes. We rebuilt the library down at La Bayona School, and it goes on and on and on. But anyway, the car show goes from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in beautiful downtown Culver City. And the streets will be shut down from Canfield, where Trader Joe's is, all the way down to Madison Avenue, with over 500 show cars, live music, and it's all free. The pancake breakfast that the fire department puts on will be a great time to start your day there.
And you can come visit me. I'll be on Main Street with our truck.
Yep. If you haven't been, you gotta come check it out. If you have been,
it's a fun time. And patronize all the great businesses and restaurants downtown while you're there. And it's nice when the streets are closed and the community's out, and it's a fun day. It's fun.
You know what my favorite part of it is?
No. What is your favorite part?
It puts Culver City into this like small town kind of feel on that day, because you're going through the streets and it just feels like
It is.
a hometown fair or something.
For
you know
several
what I mean?
years we had the car show over at Betts Park, then West LA College, and that was when they were building the Culver steps, and we couldn't have anything going on down there for several years, and it made a big difference. And we had less cars, less people, because it was just another car show. But when it's downtown, it really just makes, like you
It's
just
like
said,
a
difference.
community. I can't explain it. Before, years ago, we used to have the fireworks show at the high school at Culver High, and it had that same kind of feel, you know, that community feeling. Everybody was there. Your neighbors were out. Your family, your friends, everybody was there. And you know, we don't have that anymore. But definitely, if you come to the car show, you will find that. You will run into people that you know.
Yeah. I ran into my cousins. I couldn't believe it. I hadn't seen them in like 2 years. Yeah, it's crazy. You will see people you know. It's just a lot of fun. It really ends for a great cause.
All right, so we're going to leave everybody with one parting shot, something that each of you want to say. Greg, what do you want to say to people out there?
I wanted
As a
to
parting
tell
shot.
them about the car.
Oh, you did that. But
Yeah, well, just hang in there. These are really tough times, and you know, if you own a business, just do your best. If you're looking at a business, think twice about it for right now. But mostly, just do whatever you can to stay happy, because we'll get through this. We always will.
Absolutely. Rafia, what's your parting shot here?
You know, if there's anything that we at Culver City Biz could help you with, I would love to hear from you. If there's anything that you think we could do better, or even add, or you know, to any of our events, it would be great to hear from you. So I'm going to leave you with that, because I like the input that people give me, and it always leads to other things.
Yeah. I guess my parting thought would be, it was funny last night, I never even told you about it, but I dropped off Rafia and another friend, Vicky, over at karaoke at the American Legion, and then I went to get a coffee at the Denny's on Jefferson and Overland.
At Starbucks.
I mean, the Starbucks on Jefferson and Overland. I went to the Starbucks, but there was a Denny's right next door. So I parked, and as I'm walking by the window of the Denny's, I see a row of like 4 booths, each of them with one person in each booth by themselves with a laptop. And then I kind of pull up to Starbucks, and there's each 4 tables in the Starbucks, one person with their laptop. And it kind of made me feel pretty weird in a way, that I'm wondering, this is what these folks are doing, you know, at 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. And maybe, hey, I'm not by myself, but maybe think about people that have, you know, that are by themselves and don't have a support system of people. And this is kind of their, at least to get out of the house or something. It made me feel really bad.
Do you think they're working?
I don't know what if I'm going. I think they're working, some of them. I think some of them are working. But it just seemed almost like, is this the world we're kind of entering into? Where people are so desocialized that they don't even want to go out with people, and there's more comfort with their laptop and sitting in front of their laptop.
A lot of kids don't get their driver's licenses.
And there wasn't just young kids either. There was people that were, you know, even our age. Yeah. It was just sort of an observation that I had.
Well, I mean, it could be that they wanted to use the internet.
Yeah, free internet there.
But that's the point.
That if they didn't have
they didn't have the.
But most people, don't they have internet at their own home?
Yeah, but either way, you're still not doing something. You're still sitting on a computer, whether it's at home. What I was going to say was a lot of kids don't get their licenses anymore when they're 16. They wait because they don't have to. Everybody's on the internet. They can see each other there. They don't have to leave the house if they don't want to.
Yeah, they're not having reunions from high school anymore because I see you online.
Yeah.
But to answer your thought, don't you feel, or not to answer, but just a little comment, don't you feel grateful for the friendships and for family and for everything that we do have, and that we have someone that we can call to go do something with, and not feel alone at
I feel
all?
grateful, but it doesn't just happen. You got to make that happen. You can't just go, I wish.
You have to work on it.
It's not like I'm grateful for it, but it doesn't just happen because of that. I mean, for instance, a lot of my family, it's because we're both involved with our family. A lot of it was you making sure that I had my priorities right with that. And our friends, you know, hey, we're
so much fun. Last weekend we went to one of Jeff's cousins. He had a big birthday. Was one of his big birthdays, and so we went to celebrate.
85.
And it was so nice. Like the whole family was there together, and it was just a lovely event and a great feeling, you know, and a lot of gratitude for the family to be there together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, same thing. Like I'm grateful for all the friendships that I do have. That I can call Greg and say, "What are you doing tonight? Just going to a meeting. You want to go get some dinner?" You know. So and you know, everybody who's watching over here. I'm appreciative of those things, you know.
Those are the things you hang on to.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know, sometimes it's good to have a conversation that goes beyond CC Biz and just a little bit more about life. But thanks.
And Angelus, and actually, there's several of us that are from our Culver City Biz have joined the Culver City Women's Club, and they do a lot of stuff like the Exchange Club does, and we've been really enjoying the camaraderie there as well, and just the whole getting together for not just the meetings, but there's these lunches that we go to and all these other events that they do.
So
I learned how to play bunco that I never
Wow.
played.
What about mahjong?
I haven't done that yet. But anyway, just, you know, I think that if you are, my point really was in saying that, is that if you are alone and feeling alone, maybe you can join some of these kinds of clubs.
And that's a good point, what I was thinking about. There's so many different things, be it clubs, be it, there's so many gatherings of people that do things sports related, book reading, music. People get together to try different restaurants, and that is the beauty of social media. That those groups are out there for people that, whether if they're your friends or not, and it's a good way to meet people. You just got to put yourself out there, and I get that sometimes it's not easy for people to do, but it's just like coming to one of your Culver City Biz events. And taking card, I want to speak in front of everybody. Some people have that anxiety about doing that or about speaking to a stranger, but you gotta sometimes, if you have your own business, you gotta somehow see something inside of you to push through that somehow, some way.
Absolutely.
We see people now that started out when they were speaking in the beginning were very nervous. Now it's just secondhand. So
it's just
There's
frequency
always something to do.
and look at when you come to a Culver City Biz event. If you don't want to speak, you just do it because look at his practice.
Right.
Absolutely.
Nobody's judging you.
And you're among friends. Yeah.
That is the beauty of the group, that everybody is so supportive of each other.
It is true. It's true, but I'm still nervous when I get up and talk in front of people.
Well, it doesn't show. You've got, at least you bottle
I
it
hide
up.
it well, maybe,
So
but
real
no.
quick, the following people should not get up and speak in public again. And when I call your name, if you, I'm just kidding. We gotta get them over here.
With that said, everybody.
Wait.
Oh, yeah,
I do want to say one more thing, and that is that I want to give a shout out to Jeff and the Exchange Club for putting on the Get the Funk Out event about a week ago or so that we had that. It was so much fun. Kudos to Jamie and her band. They were awesome. And Seth and his band, the KTEL All-Stars, they were amazing. I didn't leave that dance floor, and it was so much fun. And everybody was there. All our friends were there. Family was there. And it was like a big party, you know, and it was just the best event. So next year when we do that again, don't miss it, because it's just a great place to go help out. You're doing a great thing for a great cause, but at the same time you get to enjoy music and food and friends. It's great. So I really appreciate you putting that on, and it was a lot of fun.
I appreciate that. Great.
One more thing. I'm kidding.
No. With that, it was really nice interviewing the two of
Thank you for doing this. This was fun.
Not that I don't know you, but I think it was good for some of the other folks out there that maybe didn't, that we were able to peel back a few layers and learn a little bit more about you guys and where you both at in your businesses. And tune in again next week, next Friday at 3 p.m.
See you
And do you have a scheduled guest that may show up?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's
We'll
exciting.
see
it really
what
is.
happens.
All right,
Over
all
here is always
But I
fun.
think she will show up. That's Bonnie Harris for our next guest.
Nice.
And if you do, Christine, want to talk about the other restaurant businesses, put it into the comments next week. We'll talk some more
Yeah,
about
we'll do
them.
some more
There's
of
a
that.
lot of new places that have showed
And
up
we could
there.
feature all the restaurants. All right, all. Take care.
Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
Have a good week.